Good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. Today is 30th of April. So I want us to start off with the Euro USD today. We have it here. Today I'll be using a different set of indicators. I'll be using the stochastic indicator and the zigzag indicator. So we have the stochastic already. We need to add the zigzag indicator. So you remember our previous webinar on zigzag, I did actually mention how we can use the zigzag to set our take profit and also to set our stop losses. That's the main reason I'm even using it today, to set my stop losses and also to set my take profit. So as it is now, it looks like there's nothing significant happening on this chart. If you just look at it blindly the way it is now, there's nothing significant on the main chart except for the chart at the bottom, the window which is at the bottom, this one. And what this means, how we interpret this is, you can see that the stochastic is actually going below the oversold level, which means that the price is currently getting oversold. So what this means is we may see price pull back to the upper side. If the stochastic can go below this level, massively below the level 20, then that will be a good place where we want to look for a buy from. The idea will be, you don't have to buy it now. You don't have to buy it immediately. The price is below, the stochastic is below 20, but wait for price to go beyond this high. If this happens, that is, if the price goes and hits this high 1.2149 while the stochastic is below 20, then that will give us a correct place to look for a buy from. So as you can see now, that has not happened just yet. We are seeing some downward movement. The stochastic is moving downwards, but we do have a level here which will act as a good place to buy from. The other place which we want to buy from is this one. If the price gets to this level while the stochastic is below 20, then this would be another good place to look for a buy from. The next place, the third one, is this. It is 1.205354, 1.2093, and 1.2149. If the price comes to this point, this is a good place to buy from. If the price comes to this point, this is a good place to buy from. So if the price is around any of these levels, while at the same time the stochastic is below 20, then those are going to give us a correct place to buy from. Our stop losses is below this low, or this low, or this low. So if you buy it, as I'm saying, you buy it there around 1.2093, your stop losses should be below this level, 1.2054. And if you buy it here around 1.2054, then your stop loss should be fixed below this low. Does that make sense? Our take profit is 2 times the stop loss. So if the stop loss is 20 pips away from the entry, then the take profit should be at least 40 pips from where you've entered. The next symbol which I want to look at is USDJPY. This chart so far, we've seen price continue to the upper side. This is perfectly in line with what you said previously. I'm not going to use the stochastic for this because the zigzag indicator looks really good for it. So we have this high, a lower high, and then there is a break above everything. So after this breakout, if you remember what I said on Monday, I don't know, this was on Tuesday, I said that after the break above the upper trend line, this was supposed to be a good place to look for a buy from. This is going to be a very good place where we're going to look for a buy from. We are expecting that buy to push price higher up to around 109.95, where if the price goes beyond, then the next level is this. So technically, we are still into a buy. We are still in the position which you took previously. That is a buy. We took the buy here. We are holding on to it, expecting price to go up to this point. This as our first take profit. Then the next take profit is the line at the top, which is 110.96. As it is now, I won't recommend a sell on this chart. I don't recommend a sell anyhow. I recommend you remain with buy positions. Expect price to proceed down, just as I've said. The next symbol is the British pound dollar. So this chart, basically, it looks like There's nothing significant happening on it, but I want price to go below this trend line. First of all, it's already there. Price is already below this trend line, which means this may be a very good place to look for a sell from. If we are trading purely just the zigzag indicator, then where the price is now could be the place. Actually, you could have taken a sell after the first candle, which closed below this red line, which is somewhere here. Your stop loss should be fixed above this high. So this was the correct place you could have bought from, sold from there. You should have had your stop loss above this high, and then you should have had your your first take profit here, and then the next take profit is fixed at this level. So these are some of the places where if the price can get to, then you may expect a reversal from those levels. If the price goes up to around 1.3822, then that's a place where you may want to buy from. Or if the price goes up to 1.3822, I mean 1.3716, then that too may be a place where you'd like to buy from. My next symbol is I want us to look at Brent oil. So Brent oil is going perfectly as we said some few days ago. Remember what we said on this set? We had this at our weekly level here, and then we drew a trend line which ran from this point, touching that lower low like this. Sorry, that's not the correct way. So we had this as support, we had a support, there's a break below, there is this pullback as a resistance, there's a continuation to the lower side, then there is this break above. So while Brent oil was at this point, we actually took a buy position, and when the price went down, we took a second buy position with a bigger volume. So this is a strategy on its own where you're actually working with the lot sizes to get yourself the correct trades. For example, if I want to enter trade with the volume of 1, assuming I want to enter trade with the volume of 1, a lot size of 1 here, I don't just find myself entering a trade with this lot size at the same time. No, I will break this lot size into pieces. That is, maybe I start off by entering a smaller lot size like 0.01 or 0.02. If the price goes against me by a given number of pips, then I add another 0.02. And if the price now hits where the stop loss is before I can add another one, then I've saved the remaining lots. It's a strategy on its own. So it's actually very useful because you'll find yourself not entering all trades in a bulk as one single trade. So learn to divide your lot. Say this is not martingale because I have stop losses. It's just a way I'm trying to limit my risk. If the price could have gone my way with 0.01, it could have gone up, then I could have earned less. But if the price had gone against me with 0.01, then still I could have lost less than if I had the volume of 1 and then placed my stop loss here. Does it make sense what I'm saying? This is why you say that I have two trades. It's not a sign that this is martingale. No, it has nothing to do with martingale. I don't do hedge trades. I don't do martingale. I just do purely trades with stop loss and take profit. But the thing that I do the best is I've learned to use my lot size correctly, how to manipulate my lot size correctly. The next symbol is SP500. So this chart is basically bullish. We had active uptrend. I don't see any reason you're supposed to sell it. Wait for price to pull back to some key levels. Like if the price can go back to the previous candle's opening price or closing price or maybe low of the previous candle, then those are the places to look for trades from. So as it is now, we wanted to see a pullback up to this point some few days ago, 39.46.9. That did not happen. Instead, the price just continued to the upper side. As we are speaking now, we are still somehow in an active uptrend. So wait for price to pull back. Wait for it to give you signs that you are continuing upwards. Maybe you want to see some pullbacks on lesser time frame, like 1 hour chart, 30 minutes chart. You want to see some maybe pin back candles. You want to see bullish engulfing candles. You want to see bullish and inside back candles. If you see such candles, just know that we are continuing in that trend. The other symbol which I want us to look at is gold. Gold, we do expect a sell from this point. We do expect a sell from around 1787.16. So I won't add much on this side because this is the best place where I personally am looking for a sell from. I want to see just a sell signal here. My stop loss is fixed at this high, and my first take profit is at this low, this one, at 1453.29. So if you sell it there, have a stop loss and then have a take profit at 1453.29. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's session. We'll meet again on Monday at the same time. So thank you. See you. So just one more thing. I had a request yesterday where one of us asked me to talk about NFP. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a webinar strictly on NFP. That should be next week. So please tune in. I'll have the link on my YouTube channel. So please ensure that you are able to log in, subscribe, wait for the webinar. It's going to be very, very useful. I've done something like this before. So we are going just to build on what we have done so far so that we understand basically how do we go about the NFP thing. So thank you very much. We meet again on Monday.